Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into a product that's been making some serious waves in the digital creator space. We're going to audit the glossy claims and really unearth the actual mechanics behind this upcoming Montessori Empire digital product launch. By breaking down raw data, we'll see if this tool is actually the ultimate shortcut for Etsy and KDP sellers or, just another overhyped launch. Let's get right into it. Here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the $17 Educational Empire offer. Then, what you actually get, verifying the marketing claims, checking out the phantom upsell funnel, deciding who should actually buy this, and finally, our final verdict. Okay, part 1. The $17 Educational Empire and investigating the core offer. Because, as we all know, in the digital product space, what's in the headline isn't always what's in the download file. But take a look at this massive 26-page frog lifecycle packet. The whole goal here is to completely skip the dreaded blank Canva page. Instead of blowing your entire weekend meticulously designing single worksheets, hunting for matching clip art, and messing with text formatting, this product claims it's going to help you generate entire, cohesive educational resources in one sitting. You're not just making a worksheet, you are building a full-blown curriculum resource. And the foundation of this entire offer really hinges on one specific number, and that's 546. That is a library of 546 done-for-you ChatGPT prompts. We actually ran the math on this, and honestly, it checks out perfectly. The library is broken down into 42 specific niche categories, with exactly 13 prompts per category, one for the cover and 12 for the inner pages. That level of structural precision is a really great early sign. Moving right along to Section 2, what you actually get. Taking a look inside the library and the workflow. I really want to stress this up front. This is not some magical software app or a one-click dashboard. You are getting a meticulously structured prompt spreadsheet and a publishing guide. Just look at these gorgeous watercolor-style amethyst and toucan examples. This is where the value of those prompts literally shines. If you've ever messed around with AI image generation, you know exactly how maddening it is to get the exact same art style twice. Well, these examples show the aesthetic consistency the prompts are engineered to lock in across every single page. It's all about keeping that gentle, cohesive Montessori vibe identical from page 1 all the way to page 25. Now, knowing what topics you can actually create is absolutely crucial. The library covers 7 major groups that represent what is actually selling right now in the printable space. You'll notice that earth science and life cycles are particularly deep categories here. So you aren't just getting some generic run-of-the-mill alphabet prompts. You're getting highly targeted niches, things like ocean tide pools, the water cycle, and community helpers. So how do you actually use it? The workflow takes just 3 straightforward steps. First off, you drop the blueprint prompt into ChatGPT, which instantly gives you your title, SEO keywords, and page plan. Secondly, you generate each image sequentially right there in that exact same chat window to keep that visual style perfectly locked in. And finally, you just drag and drop those generated images into a layout tool like Canva, export it as a PDF, and boom, you publish. All the heavy lifting and critical thinking is baked directly into the prompts themselves. All right, Section 3, verifying the marketing claims and separating fact from hype. Look, the digital product space is notorious for wild hyperbole and crazy inflated promises. So we obviously ran an objective audit on the vendor's claims, their track record, and the actual real-world time it takes to use this thing. Our independent check verified that the creator, Alessandro Zamboni, isn't some anonymous, fly-by-night seller. He's got a rock-solid 18-year history in the space. He's actually a top 5% vendor on WarriorPlus, with a huge track record of delivering these Empire-branded launches. Having that independently corroborated history lends some serious, verifiable credibility to the front-end product. And honestly, what builds immediate trust for us is their own surprisingly blunt disclaimer. They flat out state that this requires actual work. Imagine that. They estimate it'll take about 30 minutes to build a packet once you get the hang of the workflow, and maybe a full afternoon for your very first one. They aren't trying to sell you a zero-effort, push-button magic trick. And honestly, that kind of honesty is incredibly refreshing. Let's jump into Section 4. The phantom upsell funnel and the gap between expectation and reality. Now, our audit did uncover a pretty major discrepancy between what's being promised to the affiliate marketers promoting this product and what is actually live for buyers clicking the checkout button. If you compare the JV page promises to the live reality, it's pretty eye-opening. The marketing materials hype up this massive $319 7-step upsell funnel, but our live check? Well, it tells a different story. Right now, we can only verify 2 products, the front end and upsell 1, totaling $44. That means 5 entire upsells covering massive topics like math and early literacy are basically missing in action right now. They're phantom upsells. Now, with the cart officially opening on July 28th, it's entirely possible these missing upsells will magically go live right at the buzzer. The vendor actually does have a history of finalizing upsells at the very last minute. But here's why this matters to you. As a buyer or a business operator, you should absolutely never budget for or plan a whole business strategy around digital products that you cannot independently verify are live and accessible. It's just too risky. Okay, Section 5. Who should actually buy this? Evaluating the target audience. So, is this tool for everyone? Definitely not. We really need to figure out if this fits into your specific workflow as a digital creator, an Etsy seller, or maybe a homeschool educator. It all comes down to a really simple trade-off. If you're an artist who wants highly distinctive aesthetics tailored to your own signature brand, yeah, building your own prompts from scratch is going to be better. But if you want a fast, highly structured shortcut to completely bypass those weekend-long Canva design sessions, this $17 library is a clear winner. Just a quick warning though, if you use the prompts completely unedited, you run a huge risk of your listings looking exactly like every other buyer's shop out there. You still gotta add your own creative spin to it. Finally, we arrive at Section 6, the final verdict and our objective review conclusion. We've looked at the beautiful outputs, verified the creator's history, and flagged the missing pieces in the funnel. So, where does that actually leave us? Well, there's a quote from the launch that gets straight to the core value proposition here. A 26-page packet sells like a resource. A 1-page printable sells like a freebie. And it's so true. The printables market is absolutely flooded with $1 single-page worksheets. The real genius of this prompt library is that it allows you to effortlessly produce large, cohesive, curriculum-style packets. 26 pages of matching educational content simply commands a much higher price and is immediately perceived as a premium resource by parents and teachers alike. So ultimately, you have to ask yourself a simple question. Is skipping the dreaded blank page and trading 30 minutes of your time worth this $17 shortcut? For most established sellers looking to quickly scale up their inventory without burning out, it's honestly a remarkably solid deal. But it does beg a much larger question for the whole creator economy, right? As these AI tools make mass production practically effortless, will the perceived value of educational content totally plunge? Or is it going to force all of us to become dramatically more creative to stand out? It's something to think about.